Welcome to the Epicenter, sports and lots more. Lots more.
Hi guys, welcome once again to the Epicenter. Yes, as you know, the Epicenter brings you sports and lots more. Lots more. But predominantly we bring you the very latest sports news. I know you guys want to find out, get the lowdown on why Kudus Mohammed is the new Black Stars captain, why he was given the number 10 jersey, why the most senior player, the most capped player, the most experienced player, Jordan Ayew, was not given the captaincy. Well, we all know. Oh, you didn't know? Well, I know. I'll tell you that in a bit. We've also got the latest as far as the Ghana Premier League is concerned. Getting very interesting. The biggest news, obviously.
Welcome to the Epicenter, sports and lots more. Lots more.
The captaincy, the number 20 jersey, the number 10 jersey. Kudus Mohammed as captain, Kudus Mohammed as number 10. Okay, so here's my take. The number 10 is a sacred jersey. It's a sacred number in any team, whether club or national team. Fans have made it that, bigger of an issue than maybe coaches or maybe even the players. But this number 10 is a big issue when you look at why it's so important. The Stephen Appiah, Abedi Pele, you name it. But Kudus Mohammed, the young chap, was given the captaincy or the captain's armband ahead of Jordan Ayew. Why is that? Well, after the match, Jordan Ayew did not want to address the issue. When asked, he confided in the man who gave him his debut in the Black Stars, Kwesi Appiah. Isn't that ironic? Very ironic. So what happened? Well, if Jordan isn't talking, others are talking. And here's a lowdown. So Jordan was not offered the captaincy, and Otto Addo told the truth. He said, I decide who gets to be captain. The coach decides who gets to be captain. So in effect, Otto Addo said, or he's saying, I want Kudus to be the captain of the Black Stars. I'm the coach, I've taken a decision, and that's final. So Kudus is the captain. Had a good, debut as captain. Should I say his first game as captain wasn't bad, but you could see there was a lot of pressure on his young shoulders. Some gilt-edged chances. Hopefully, he'll put that away and have a better game when Ghana take on Sudan in Benghazi. But that topic, that issue will not go away. We may be creating another monster in the Black Stars if we're not careful. Why do I say this? Remember this man? Abedi Ayew Pele. Before him, it was this man, Kwesi Appiah. And when the captaincy was transited, it wasn't smooth. The issue, Nana Sambru Butler, then chairman of the Ghana Football Association, made reference to the fact that, well, when we travel, Abedi Pele speaks French and it'll be easier and he's got a bigger profile. So the transition from Abedi Pele, or rather Kwesi Appiah, the Black Stars captain, to Abedi Pele was not smooth. Moving on, Abedi Pele handed over to CK Akono after others had also deputized if and when Abedi was not present. But CK took that mantle with the blessings of Abedi Pele. Probably one of the captains that was less controversial. We didn't really have so much to talk about CK Akono. Not much. I don't remember any controversies when you talk about CK Akono as a captain of the Black Stars. Moving on. This man became the captain of the Black Stars. You can see him on your screen. He needs no introduction. Stephen Tornado Appiah. Many argue the finest captain, not necessarily in terms of what he won, but the way he handled the captaincy as if it was just one of those responsibilities and made sure other players felt at home when he was captain of the Black Stars. He qualified the Black Stars to 2 consecutive World Cups and was part of the third World Cup the Black Stars went to. Remember, 2006 in Germany, Stephen Appiah was the captain. 2010, he was shifting between himself and John Mensah, but he played a role. And then, of course, in Brazil, he was part of the technical team or the management, the backroom staff of the Black Stars. Then, Asamoah Gyan took over. Asamoah Gyan's captaincy was fraught with a lot of issues, but he was probably one of the most successful in terms of the way he carried the responsibility of getting goals, all important goals in critical matches, big games. Gyan with malaria, Jan with a running stomach, Jan with flu, Jan with cold, Jan with migraine. He would show up and he would score over and over again. That was a mark of his captaincy, at least on the pitch. Off the pitch, we don't want to talk about that. That's another topic for another day. Asamoah Gyan transit to Andre Dede Ayew, and another problem bears its head. Guess who was the coach at the time? Akwesi Appiah, former captain, who obviously was in charge, or should I say, knew the genesis of the problems with the father of Dede Ayew, Abedi Pele, when the captaincy was taken from him, Akwesi Appiah, and given to Abedi Pele. Interesting, isn't it? So, Dede Ayew takes over the captaincy. Asamoah Gyan not too happy. We move on. But that era was also fraught with a lot of ups and downs, on and off, disappointments here and there. And then, of course, Gyan, after leaving that scope, Dede Ayew was the man in charge. Dede Ayew has not retired from the Black Stars. Thomas Partey, his deputy, has been the man holding that captain's armband anytime Dede Ayew is absent. But Thomas Partey, questions have been asked about his commitment and his loyalty. The last game against Sudan, he was unwell. According to Arsenal, they sent a message to the GFA that Partey is unwell. He cannot be traveling long distances. We need to keep him in London to monitor him, give him treatment, and make sure he recovers fully. Good news, Partey has returned to full training and is expected to be available for Arsenal when the EPL league resumes after the international break. So there you go. Now, Kudus Mohammed, and as you've heard, Otto Addo said, I decide who is captain. I make the decisions, and my choice is Kudus Mohammed over the more experienced, long-serving Jordan Ayew. I leave it to you guys. I don't want to get into it. Do you know why? Because there is a lot that is unseen. There's a lot that we don't know about. And for the sake of these players still playing, still in the Black Stars, I give them that respect. I'm not going to gossip or scandalize or look for headlines speaking to the two players. I just need to give them that respect and space to get on with the football issues. But if Ghana fails to qualify for the AFCON, it is perhaps going to open up a whole can of worms. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we move on. There's a lot to talk about on the Epicenter.
This is the Epicenter. Welcome to the Epicenter. Sports and lots more. Lots more.